Hello there, Kyle Katarn here, and it is Wednesday, my dudes. Let's do the comics. First up, we got Star Wars issue 49 by Kieran Gillen and Salvador Larroca. So, this is a space battle issue. We haven't gotten a whole lot of those in the main Star Wars line, so I was happy to see that. Always stoked to see some dogfights. Seeing the TIE bombers launching from the Imperial blockade made for a really cool visual, and I've also really been enjoying seeing all of the visual variety in the Mon Cala fleet. Gone are the days where every single Mon Cala cruiser was an MC-80. No. Finally, we've got some different designs, and I love it. Urtia having a change of heart and deciding to submit the message from King Lee Char was extra poignant when he brings up the fact that a couple issues earlier, he asks Leia would she still rebel if she knew what would happen to Alderaan. It was a brief moment in the story, but I thought it was very powerful. The spread of Admiral Akbar commanding the fleet, some of my favorite artwork that I've seen in this series. You know, Salvador Larroca is kind of like a super villain of tracing people's faces into oblivion, but Admiral Akbar is kind of immune to his evil powers because how are you going to trace a Mon Calamari face? You know, what reference point could you possibly use for that? So, in this case, you know, he actually did a good job because he was not able to fuck it up. I also really liked Admiral Akbar contacting and inspiring the Mon Cal mutineers aboard the ships. He says, "Know this, we are Mon Cala. The current is against us, but there are no tides we cannot overcome." Inspiring words. The Aurora Flare using its cargo of coaxium to blast a hole in the Imperial blockade was a nice little nod to Solo. I imagine we'll be seeing coaxium popping up all over the place now. And goddammit Trios! I never trusted that chick. I always knew it was too good to be true. The cover art for the next issue looks awesome. Princess Leia with the blueprint schematics coming out of the shadows of her dress. Stoked to see what happens next here. Next up, we got Star Wars Adventures issue 11. The first story is Powered Down Part 2 by Kavan Scott and Derek Charm. You know, I do believe this issue contains Forlom's first canon dialogue that we've ever heard. None of his other appearances outside of Empire Strikes Back are canon, and that droid has never opened his mouth until now, so noteworthy, I guess. You know, I've always liked Zuckuss and Forlom. I've always thought they were criminally underused in the Star Wars universe. They're very interesting bounty hunter characters. And Han tricking them with pretending there was another dampener field, getting them to abandon ship. That was a very Han Solo-esque trick. I liked it. The next story is Family Affair Part 2. So the artwork is gorgeous. I love the use of oranges, yellows, and reds to create the hues of that perpetual sunset in Cloud City. It looks great. And Lando's face when he's hanging off the back of the swoop bike is fucking hilarious. I like that the big bad guy, the crime boss Askro, who the kid stole the brooch from, he's basically one of Lando's old drinking buddies. That they're in cahoots to just try and scare this kid. I will say, the bit at the end about Jandy growing up and joining the Rebel Alliance was totally shoehorned in and unnecessary. I'm just going to come out and say this. I hate Emil Graff, alright? His character rubs me the wrong way. His smug face, his ham-fisted dialogue, the way he has to spell out the moral of the story in the most condescending way possible at the end of each issue. I understand that this character does not exist for me, he's there for the kids. But still, I hate him. Nevertheless, this is the storytelling format Star Wars Adventures has chosen to roll with, so I'm doing my best to take it in stride. And finally, we have issue number 3 of The Last Jedi adaptation by Gary Whitta and Michael Walsh. So, this third issue of the adaptation covers Canto Bight, Rey and Kylo's second Force connection, and the cave scene. So, the slowest, most disjointed section of the movie. Awesome. There are one or two notable moments, like Luke reforging his connection with the Force and having his mind touch Leia's while she's in the coma, which was yet another moment drawn from Jason Fry's novelization of The Last Jedi. So many little vital character moments here that should have been in the film. Don't know what they were thinking. You know, the artwork is solid. There weren't any panels in particular that really leapt out to me. Altogether, I think it's a faithful recreation and they're doing a decent job. That's it for the comics this week. Leave me a comment below letting me know what you thought of the latest issues today. Check out the rest of my channel for more awesome Star Wars content, reactions, and reviews. And as always, may the Force be with you.